These are the top 10 pregnancy myths, and I'm going to debunk them today. Absolutely not. You cannot predict your baby's gender by saying, okay, I'm going to have a boy this pregnancy by making sure my husband's on top or at the bottom, or if I'm hanging from the chandeliers. The only way we can predict the baby's gender, and now, unlike 18 to 20 weeks pregnant, we can do it between 9 and 12 weeks with a blood test, which is about 100%. But no, you cannot take some herbal supplement to increase a boy versus a girl. Totally wrong. Exercise is amazing during pregnancy. We've seen it over the past 20 years that women that are physically fit, women that are walking every day or doing aerobics or even doing yoga have much better outcomes during pregnancy than women who are not active. Sex is a very healthy part of pregnancy. It helps a lot with the woman's health as well as her husband's health. But yes, you can have sex in pregnancy. The only time we ever contradict ourselves and say you cannot have sex during pregnancy is if you have what's called cervical incompetence, where your cervix opens up, or if you're bleeding in pregnancy. Other than that, you can have sex up until the day you go into labor. You know, that's gone back and forth, and I'm probably on the fence with that myth. But I usually tell my patients, don't do anything at all in the first trimester. After the first trimester, a lot of these dyes and colors really aren't going to affect your pregnancy. If it was that toxic, the FDA would be all over these dye manufacturers. So they've gotten rid of a lot of the toxins, but I still don't recommend it. I'm a little superstitious in the first trimester. Definitely should avoid hot tubs during pregnancy. I mean, anything that increases your body temperature over 98 to 100, you really shouldn't. And I've been on vacations and cruises where I see a woman who's 9 months pregnant getting into a hot tub that's 103 degrees. Don't really recommend that. But getting into a nice warm bath, I think it's great. You know, this is one of the myths I love. And I used to think people were crazy. And I get a lot of people from overseas that come. And I've had patients show up to my office freaking out that they raised their arm above their head and they just strangulated the baby. And I go, are you kidding me? The uterus is not attached to your arm. It's not attached to your belly button. So if you scratch your belly button, you're not scratching the baby's head. No, total myth. No, you're eating for you. And the vitamins that are absorbed, the baby absorbs a lot of the nutrients. So I think that was one of the myths that used to crack me up, because when my wife was pregnant with her first, I used to use that claim that I'm eating for 2 and maybe 3. But no, you're eating for 1 and you're supplying that baby with nutrients. You know, this is a great myth, but it's not even a myth. It goes back and forth. And at one point they said, oh my God, caffeine is the worst thing that you could take. Then they would have patients having migraines during pregnancy and they'd say, oh my God, drink a Mountain Dew. I mean, I tell my patients all the time, anything in moderation, meaning choose 1 drink a day and you're fine. Not that I want you drinking a Red Bull or a Power Energy drink. No, I'm talking about like having a cup of tea or a coffee. I'm okay with that. We don't ever really recommend bottom feeders, meaning crabs, oysters, lobster, and stuff like that. And you're talking about the mercury and stuff depending on where you live and the amount. And when they have these studies done, you got to be eating this stuff for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if I have a patient that says, oh my God, I had a lobster during the pregnancy, you're okay. It's anything in high quantities. Now, as far as deli meat, everything is fine as far as deli meat. I tell my patients, you can have like a turkey sandwich, a ham sandwich, as long as that turkey or ham hasn't been in the refrigerator for 40 days or 6 months and it's got green stuff all over it. What else was in that you were asking me?
Last one was rare steak.
As long as the temperature is up to, you don't want to have anything that's raw, but anything medium well or medium, you're totally fine. Yeah, I mean, people still use that. I think that's more of an old wives' tale or a myth. But everybody likes to say that, like especially when I do a delivery and the baby has a full head of hair and everyone goes, oh my God, that's why I had all this heartburn. Not related.